Today's video is actually inspired by a comment that I got a few days ago on a video I did called "Today I Spilled My Coffee." And on that video I got a comment by the user ABC. ABC said to me, "You seem really bored." To be honest, I was bored before I made that video. I was actually bored before I made this video too. Come to think of it, I was bored immediately before a lot of the creative endeavors that I've done in my life. And not just creative endeavors, like big life changes. When you think back on the big life changes that you've had, you might actually remember like a moment of inspiration and feeling really motivated to do something new. But I think that's our minds playing a trick on us because, okay, take for example the first time I moved away from Canada and I started traveling. You know, like now when I think of that moment before I moved to Korea, there was a big part of me that was excited, I was nervous, I was anxious, like all these, like, you know, it's overwhelming. You're starting new life somewhere. Boredom doesn't usually come to mind. But if I think closer about what prompted me to move there, it actually was boredom. I was bored with my life in Canada. I was living in a city called Kelowna, and Kelowna is a smaller city in Canada. It's a beautiful place. And I was working as a bartender. All my, coworkers like to drink and party, and I saw a future. Like I could have continued on that path, and I saw the future in front of me. I could continue bartending, save some cash, drink on the weekends, hang out at the beach, pretty laid back life. But I also saw my friends from school were leaving Kelowna. After school was done, they were going to other places. They were starting careers, things were happening. And I had a choice to make. Do I stay in this city where everything is comfortable but kind of boring? Or do I jump into the unknown? And after I decided to jump, then all the anxiety and the fear and the excitement, that comes after. But before taking that jump was the boredom. Boredom, in some ways, is the most important emotion of all. Because the other things, all those other emotions like anger and sadness, and they come and they go, and sometimes they can teach you things. Like if you're really angry, like if you stop and reflect about where that emotion comes from, you can learn something about yourself for sure. But I don't know if it can teach as much as boredom. Like boredom, if you reflect on the feeling of boredom, it can change your life. It can make you quit this job after 20 years that maybe you thought you'd work in for the rest of your life. And boredom can make you change a relationship, change your city. Boredom can make you pick up new hobbies. It can make you talk to a stranger on the street. It can even make you sit down and record a little YouTube video about the coffee that you spilled earlier that day. To some people that might seem weird. It might seem unusual to make a video like that. It might seem unusual to make a video like this. Like right now it's 11 p.m. I got a glass of red wine because why not, And yeah, I was bored. Like 30 minutes ago, I was bored. And I was scrolling through YouTube comments and I saw that one about boredom, and it got me thinking about boredom. And here we are, a boring video about boredom. We're being bored together. But is that such a bad thing? Do we constantly need to be entertained? We're in this age of endless entertainment, particularly on YouTube. Do you feel that? Do you feel how uncomfortable it gets if I'm silent even for like 5 seconds? Let's try 10 seconds. Can we do 10 seconds together without saying anything? Will we get too bored, or can we do it? Let's try 10 seconds. Did you make it? Are you still watching? Did you click away to another video? Even for me, that was weird. I might have to edit that one out. 10 seconds, that was crazy. 4 or 5 seconds, some YouTubers can get away with that, but 10 seconds, man, that's like untouched territory on YouTube. And the reason it's untouched territory is because we YouTubers have been taught And the audience has been taught, and it's not even that we've been taught, it's like we've been conditioned by the internet to expect everything like fast, fast, fast. Give me the answer, give me the information, make me laugh, make me think, make me cry, make me smile, make me angry. But does anyone ever try to make you bored? No. Boredom is what we try to escape, more desperately than anything. Boredom is the reason that in 2020 everyone was losing their mind when they were told to stay home. It's almost like you would rather be angry or suffering somehow than just sitting alone with yourself. But don't be afraid of boredom. As I stated, beautiful things can come from boredom. If you see it as a chance for self-reflection and a chance to ask yourself what you're bored about. You know, when my mom was a kid, she only had like 4 or 5 channels on TV. For my dad, I'm sure it was the same. Did people before this period of time, were they just bored a lot more often than we are? Did other people have a more healthy relationship with boredom? Or have people always just replaced the boredom in a new way? Like books have always been around. I mean, games, I guess. Though if you go a few hundred years back in history, like they didn't have, books even. They were reading. If they read, it was candlelight. When it was dark out, everyone goes to bed because the light is gone. Man, they must have been bored back then. Can you imagine how boring it was like 1,000 years ago? You can't read any books. The winter's so cold that you're afraid that half your family's gonna die. Like, I guess you're not bored because you're surviving. You're fighting for survival. You had wars and stuff. Is that where wars come from? Like, were kings and queens just bored? They were just like, I'm bored. What can we take over now? Oh my God, maybe boredom isn't a good thing. Maybe boredom is like the cause of all human conflict. Do people who rob liquor stores, like, are they just bored too? Oh man, maybe I'm starting to rethink my whole principle on boredom. I was thinking boredom is like a way to create stuff, but it could also be a way to destroy stuff. I guess it depends like what's inside someone. Maybe that's the way to think about boredom. Maybe it doesn't lead you in a direction so much as reveal yourself. It gives you a chance to be yourself. And maybe that's why society needs so much like visual stimulation and so many shows to watch and so much like stupid reality TV that is clearly not benefiting anyone. Maybe it's like the leaders of the society have decided, hey, we just got to keep people really distracted because when they're bored, things go crazy. If too many people are bored, they might start asking questions. If they start asking questions, they might start wondering, why is there so much homelessness? Why do rich people have so much money and other people seem to have less and less? Why is the environment getting destroyed? Why are there endless wars in other countries? Why is it whoever we decide to elect to the president, why is it everyone decides that they want to blow up the Middle East? Why is it like no one gets to vote on that? If you get bored, you might start asking questions. And I have a feeling not everyone likes people who ask questions. But I like asking questions. And that's what I'm going to bring you more of on this channel. Certainly seems like things like the education system could be made better. So when people actually graduate school, they know more than just some random facts in a history textbook. They're actually like prepared for the real world. Like, it seems like people could be doing a better job at this whole it's like building a society thing. But we're still struggling. We're still figuring this out. But maybe if we want to get better, if we want to build a better future, maybe it all starts with boredom.